Yep, hurricane party in my house. Hurricane attire is very important when you have a northern Louisiana hurricane and everybody still has to come to work because we're essential employees. Right, girls? Right. The wind's blowing pretty dang hard out there. I mean, we're not insanity levels yet, but we got some solid, you know, 30, 40 miles an hour, supposed to pick up 50 to 60. Let's see what we're looking at here. I mean, hurricane footage is not that exciting. It's dreary, it's dark, wind's blowing. We've all seen the wind blow. We've all seen the trees lean over. It's just your typical hurricane winds. You see it coming across in sheets. I don't think the sign's gonna make it. Yeah, nothing too extravagant yet. Just some moderate winds, but it's coming. You know, we get stronger winds than that sometimes, but typically tornadoes and storm gust fronts. With the hurricane, you'll get sustained winds that are strong for a longer period of time. Probably knock some trees over. Been raining all morning, the ground will get wet. That loosens the soil and get a strong wind come up. The trees knocked over on the roads and knocking the power out. It's flickered a few times, but we're in a pretty good spot here. We don't get a whole lot of power outages at the pharmacy. But out in the countryside, yeah, probably. But we out of here by lunch today. We're gonna go home, have a hurricane party. See y'all later. Yep, hurricane party in my house. Whoa. It blew my windsock out of the fence. About to lose some tin off the barn. Well, look, it's peeling off. This is more or less the eye of the storm right here. I know weather videos. The video don't do it much justice, you know. When you come out, you look at it. Oh shoot, we lost a big limb off of this tree. Oh, the calamity. The windmill didn't survive. Neither did the windsock. It's done for too. At least it didn't hit the house. Kylo coming at you from the Kyle School of Paramotor. How you like that plug? Now, this video I thought might be interesting to some people. Sometimes we take what I call paramotor school field trips. Right now there's Hurricane Delta pushing right up our armpit, man. Like, I'm at the top part of the state. Hurricanes are never a bad thing here. Like, you get some rain and some wind, some overcast skies. It's a very predictable weather pattern when a hurricane enters the Gulf and hits Louisiana. As to what happens up here, it's if the eye comes right over us, or what used to be the eye, by the time it gets here, they don't even call it an eye anymore. It's just the center of the low pressure, which is what the eye is. It's just the water makes it defined because the water is like a radiator. So anyway, enough with the weather speak. We always get overcast skies, bands of rain, and wind, different amounts, depending on how close we are to that center of the pressure. But we're under the edge of some rain here. We're under the edge of some rain, and we're going on a paramotor school field trip northwest because we are right on the edge of it. Like, it's just a trickle of rain. As soon as it backs away, we're gonna turn around and head home. But we gotta get out from under it to do paramotor training. I got guys needing to knock out flights that are in here from across the country. In Washington, D.C. and Minnesota. I mean, that's the kind of, I want to maximize their time here. So instead of sitting around, we did our classwork, we did our classroom work, but now we're out of things. And now good conditions are very close and we're heading that direction. There's an airport that I drive by every time I go to the mountains up here in Oklahoma and Arkansas that I always look out at and think, wow, what a beautiful spot, what a beautiful spot. And this morning I was teaching airspace class at the paramotor school, and I randomly selected an airport, just, you know, threw a dart on the map, like, let's look up this one. And I taught him how you would call the guy and say, hey, I'd like to come flying at your airport. You know, just be polite. I'm a pilot. I'm on the road. Well, that's what I just did. It was the same damn airport that I've driven by and thought was beautiful 1,000 times. And when I looked it up to do the actual thing I taught the students how to do, I realized I'd already done a practice run on this one. So I called the guy and he was just as inviting as could be. I said, I'm a pilot from North Louisiana. We headed out from under this hurricane looking for a place to fly. I got a trailer full of ultralights, a couple students. Said, can we use your airport for this evening? And he said, come on. So we on our way, stop at this beautiful airport. Lovely times at Paramotor School field trip. Fast forward to the next day. As usual, I did not do any videoing short of the sunset that happened out there under the shelf of that hurricane system. We drove out under the shelf and we went and did flying and training. I had a student doing touch and goes and another student on his second day of kiting. I did a demo for the owner of the airport. He wanted to see what a paramotor was. He said, I used to fly paramotors. I said, well, what'd you quit for? And he says, you know, I fly helicopters and stuff now. I got all kind of other flying stuff. Like, he's got just a bunch of stuff to fly. So he owns an airport, lives there, it's named after him. His own little private field, got hangars, got other guys flying there. And anyhow, I pulled the paramotor out and I showed him some touch and goes. It was crazy hurricane, bouncy winds, just ridiculous stuff. I don't even know if the students videoed me or not. But I did some, like, you know, just jump some ditches in front of him, just frolicking along with my paramotor and paraglider, doing some taxi flying, you know, just low, bouncing around, keeping the weight on the wing, a little bit on my feet occasionally, a little drag, a little step, a little hop, maintaining speed. But it was also gusty, so I had to try to make it look good and control the wing and not have a wreck. And that's where pilot skill comes into play, experience, reflex, reaction. You know, you gotta have those things before you do stuff low when it's bouncy, because you get dropped, slammed, so you gotta be ready for that every single time. But it was just quick, did 2 or 3 laps, touch and goes, came around, did a landing, kited it over to the truck, kited it for a minute, laid it down where I wanted, how I wanted, and took it off. I was like, that's how we do it, man, that's the goal. We try and fly good. Anyway, I went to training with the students. He watched me a bit and he was talking to some other guys, and he came back over before he left and said, you know, just come back anytime you want. You don't even have to call me. He's like, just at the gate shut, open it and shut it when you leave is all I ask. And I said, man, I appreciate it. And I said, I'm the kind of guy, leave no tracks, leave no trash. And he said, I could tell you know what you're doing. So have at it, man. It's open season. So I got a new location, and I was real happy that his generosity reflected on my performance, I guess. I don't know. Not that it was a performance. Mr. YouTube star talking here, what they say, I don't believe a word of it, and I don't want to hear none of it either. I hold this damn video camera and talk to you guys. So I do. It ain't. Some stuff bothered me the other day. Some stuff bothered me. I was touting on Facebook that Vitarazi had always done me right, even with the failings on their products. And it's a personal experience. It's been over the course of many years. Before I was a big YouTuber. Yeah, right, huh? You can't tell I'm winking under the glasses here. People were reporting that I only got good service because I was a famous YouTube star. I don't know what they said exactly. I don't ever put that kind of stuff to memory. But whatever it was they said bothered me a bit. Like, no, man, they don't even watch my videos in Italy, do they? Do y'all? I don't know. I mean, after my crack pipe video, I don't know about those rumors on Facebook, those people saying things that aren't true. It just kind of bothered me a little bit. All that stuff, I just, you know. Shit, I'm gonna quit. Y'all gonna start believing everything I say on here. And it's sometimes I think it's like a danged old hair salon or something. Bunch of girls drama talking about what I said about something. I say things to one person in a corner somewhere and somebody else hears about it over there. That kind of weirds me out a little bit. I'm getting on the interstate. I'm putting this camera up. I'm going over here to get supplies, and then I'm meeting people at the field for high wind flying. And today we are out from under. It's done moved on, but the winds are picking up behind it. They'll settle this evening, but we're gonna go out there and be there when they quit blowing insanity. We're gonna be there. So I'll see y'all there. Or not, because apparently I didn't do any videoing the next day. Met the students, did the training. So I hope you like my North Louisiana hurricane video. We'll see you guys in the next one. Much love. Kyle out.